All right, folks, welcome back to Dropout. Today we are shooting video from within Shalom House. That is my shed, tiny home office. I guess I'll give you a little tour. Basically, if I turn the light on, the fan comes on. And that might make noise, but let me try it. Turn the light on. Let's see which one of these. Okay. Yeah, the good thing is we've got the fan so that there's a light attached to it and the light can be shut off on the fan. But there's no way for the fan to be on and a light not to be on because, I don't know if you can see that up there, I had the contractor install that LED light, which is awesome. But what I failed to do, I'll show you here, right here on my light switch, I failed to have him install a two pole double gang, I think might be what it's called. You know, basically two switches side by side, one for the light, one for the fan. And I might have him come back and do that at a later date. But right now, this is what I got. And it's pretty great, actually. You know, you could do worse. Let me show you. I'm going to flip this around so you're not looking at me. See if we can mid video. All right, now I got to open the back cover. Okay, and you can see I've got a nice little bookshelf up there. If there's one thing I've got a lot of, it's books, and I've gotten rid of more books than I probably even have right now. So, and you can see I got a nice little not surge protector, fuse box. It's not fuse. What's it called? If you know what it's called, let me know in the comments below. But you could see there's a lot of clutter in this place. So there's something I like to call moving Tetris. And Tetris is a game where you try to put blocks in whatever space comes up next. Well, I have ended up playing moving Tetris a lot as I've moved from one room to another. And this is like the remainder of it. My mom came down this weekend. We brought her down to visit with a secret plan to invite her to come live with us so she wouldn't have to pay rent up in Oregon where she lives. Apparently the rent is crazy, $1,600 starting and stuff like that. But so she'll have her own room here. And well, I'm going to show you through the window how beautiful. My wife painted our house. She did a really good job. And that Jeep that says "In God We Trust," we're giving that to Mom. We're gifting that to her so that she has something good to drive. This right here is my air conditioner. It's pretty nice, except that you will see there's gaps everywhere, and I think that's one of the ways that the roaches and other critters are getting in here. And I just had to clean up a whole mess of roach poop, which was gross. But I got that done last week. You can see I've got different electronic stuff. I'll just give you a quick look at not my private work stuff, but basically my workspace. There's my laptop and such. And here's another bookshelf I have. And you can see some binders and stuff. And this is so this is all stuff that I'm going through bit by bit. Here's another bookshelf, right? So this is great. They say that like the best way to do a bookshelf is to have books and then some kind of statue or something that leaves space. But the way I've always done bookshelf is all books. Because otherwise, where am I going to put my books? But I'm changing to the more feng shui, the more space-oriented approach. And I'm going to try to have even if it's just my jackery, because see, I got jackery here. Now my jackery isn't in here with us, but a lot of times I'll have it sitting right here, and it's also kind of it's an electrical, what is it called? Electric generator, rechargeable battery thing, portable power supply. They call them all kinds of different things. But basically, and it's heavy enough that it can just sit there, and it can sort of act as a bookend for those books, but that's not its purpose in life. Anyway, a lot of this stuff used to be in my back office. You can see here's my acoustic guitar case. A lot of this stuff used to be in our back office, in my back office. But as I've gradually been moving fully and completely from the house to the shed, which is called Shalom House, Shalom meaning peace. This is my fortress of solitude where I get my peace from and stuff like that. Come for peace, and it gives my wife peace, and she can be in her own space and do what she wants. Well, there's an airplane. We have the littlest, tiniest little airport about 2 miles from my house here. Anyway, all this stuff needs to be gone through and whatever. You can see here's this nice laptop bag with faux leather. I love it. It's very Indiana Jones looking. I love it. And yeah, my work bought that for me. Elijah Streams. And then here's a file cabinet. I don't have very many files. I used to have files and files and files and files, but now I keep most everything on the computer because you can't take it with you. And over here, this blue thing on the bottom, that got to be gone through. Maybe in one of these videos, I'll go through. These are all my art and drawings and stuff from a long time ago. Now, the way I'm going to need to do that, if I do go through those and show you, I'm going to have to find some kind of mount for this phone so that I'm not holding it in my hand and it stays still while I put different images through and such. But yeah, that's like a 60-pound box of papers I've been hauling with me for 30 years. How crazy is that? So I kind of got it on my heart to make them into a book and self-publish it, if for no other reason, to have a more organized version of that. Right? Oh, what else do I got? Got some stuff from when I was karate practice and doing kung fu sword. I think they call it long sword or something like that. But wow, yeah. What else can I show you? There's a little refrigerator over there, and here's my printer. All this stuff has to get cleaned off. This right here I'm really excited about. But this all has to get cleaned off quickly. Now this week, my mom came down, so all our attention basically was on that, making sure she's comfortable. Next week, she'll be gone, so I'll be able to go through the rest of this stuff and just throw away. Like this, I kept this off of something, thinking maybe I could jam this in here, but we've got a different plan now. Turns out my mom has 2 portable air conditioners in her apartment in Oregon that she owns those air conditioners, so she could take them with, and she's going to bring one down when she comes down here in spring to move in, and we're going to put that here instead, and that will allow this window to shut and seal all the way. And we'll use better weather stripping than this, but we'll use weather stripping on the bottom of in the sides of the window to make sure it seals perfectly, and that'll be great. And then over here, I made some posts on Reddit about this, but over here you see there's a gap that cockroaches and other critters come up through, and I have a thing that goes here. I forgot what they call it, threshold. I have a threshold here. You can see I have a threshold that goes where this blue tape is, but I wasn't sure exactly what to do it, how to install it. This right here, this big long tall tube, that's like 90 foot of threshold. So Now that I have done some research, I thought the threshold was just kind of so that you could brush dirt out of your place more easily because it's sort of like a ramp. But now I see that if you do it right, it actually will be a barrier against bugs and stuff. But we'll still need some kind of weather stripping. I think there's something called tubular weather stripping that may be the solution for sealing this up here. Let's see if I open this up a little bit. Maybe you can see better. Maybe you can see better what we're working with here. See how thick that is? That's really good and thick. But this wideness here, it may be that needs weather stripping on it, or no, that would be ugly, wouldn't it? So I guess this would be probably where the weather stripping should go. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But if you haven't seen the outside of Shalom House, we'll give you a quick little view here. That's the outside, and what I want to do is put a little like a lean-to sort of shelter. I'm not sure. There's probably a professional building name for it, but like a metal roof, slanted shelter thing, so that, and then we'll put a little deck here instead of just these boards. I put these up last year when I just had to get something in there so I could move things in and out. But we'll get like a proper sort of deck thing that comes up maybe 2 or 3 feet, and then it'll have a rail, and it'll be nice, and I'll be able to stand out here when it's raining and just enjoy the rain without getting rained on. Here's a quick little view of my yard, but and we got 2.5 acres, so that's not the whole yard, but you don't need to see everything. But at this point, that's kind of what I'm working with. That's kind of the plans that I have going on. Also, Mom doesn't know this, but this 1200 amp jump starter that we got earlier, it was earlier this year, or it was December of last year. It was about a year ago, less than a year ago, and we haven't used it too much at all. I've jumped off some my friend's ATV. I jumped his ATV a couple times with it, and I think we jumped the lawnmower with it a couple times, but other than that, we haven't used it very much. But I was told by Holy Spirit to go ahead and give that to my mom, so we're going to give that to her. She doesn't know it yet, and that's going to be a surprise. One of the projects that I also would like to do one of these days is to actually go through each of these books and, do a book review. But even if I can't do like a full book review, because I haven't actually fully read all the books, I've read a lot of them. I read Arnold Schwarzenegger through and through. I've read the Fight the Power from Chuck D. I've read Edgar Casey on Atlantis, read A View from the Bench, but I haven't read the Making of Star Trek book all the way through. So some of them I've read all the way through, and I can tell you a lot about them. Others, I'd at least like to just say, hey, this is what's in my library, just another sort of archiving, documenting type project. What else? Let me just see. Is there anything else I can tell you? Well, let me see what get me on there again. I don't know. Trying to fill in 15 minutes. Let me see if I can put this up here. Yeah, one of the things that I need to get, the tripod thing that I had for mounting cell phones that I had for like 2, maybe 3 years. I'd ordered it off Amazon. It worked great for a long time. And then the hand broke off because it's made of plastic. So I'm thinking if I can find something that maybe is not made of plastic or sturdier plastic, or something with metal jaws with a rubber grip ends, what I'm talking about, so it'll sit on a tripod and it'll grip the cell phone no matter what size the cell phone is. I think I've heard the phrase cage used, like a cage for the cell phone mount. All this stuff is kind of new to me. I'm brand new to I've tried the YouTubing before, but it hasn't, it didn't work out the first time. But this time it seems, it seems to be going okay. I got a couple viewers. I got, I think, 11 subscribers. And I'm posting these videos on Rumble and YouTube. And I'll be honest, it's a lot easier to post on YouTube than it is on Rumble, because you can upload multiple videos at a time and then walk away and let those upload. But you can only upload one video at a time on Rumble. But with that, I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you for joining me again today on, what show is this? Tag Dropout. They're the Tag Dropout channel. If this information has been interesting to you, if it's benefited you in any way, consider liking and subscribing and sharing with your friends. I'm going to have probably some guitar demonstration coming up soon, because that's something that I'm passionate about, is playing guitar and stuff. Other than that, God bless you. Have a great day.